Hey everybody, it's Ashley Bradley, the Intuitive Business Coach, and today I am sharing with you 3 common mistakes when it comes to setting your prices and deciding what you're going to charge. So I'm going to go through these relatively quickly. If you have any questions about it, definitely drop it in the comments. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe. I create a lot of really great content for business owners, people that are getting started, as well as people that are growing their business. So number one mistake that I see is people are setting their prices way too low, and it's in an effort to be really competitive, but it's becomes very challenging for you to make money no matter how many clients that you get at a low price. It's almost as if you can't really make it sustainable for you to actually do what you're doing long term if you set your price too low. A good way to think about it is to reverse engineer it. You might have different price ranges for different things that you do, but think about the amount of money that you want to make, need to make, however you want to think about it, and then you can reverse engineer it of how many clients you would need to have, or sessions, whatever it is that you do, or things you would need to sell at that price point, so that you can actually see, does this seem reasonable? Can I actually handle this amount of workload? And one thing that I very much believe is that it's easier to get less people to pay at a higher price than it is to get more people, lots and lots more people to pay at a lower price. Because when you just turn it into this numbers game, I feel like the cost, the time it takes to actually acquire clients, that is an important consideration, and you're going to have to do a lot more of that, spending more time, more money acquiring more clients at a lower price range, and work a lot harder than you would. So I just really want you to shift your thinking and to open up some new perspectives around pricing yourself too low, because that could be a losing battle from the get-go. The second mistake that I see is this belief that you shouldn't charge more than your mentor or somebody that you perceive as having like more experience from you. It might be somebody that you look up to, somebody that you took kind of their course, you've worked with them before, but it's a really bad idea to base your pricing off of that. I think that if anything, it's sort of putting this self-imposed glass ceiling in place, and there might be a lot of reasons that they charge that price. Who knows what it is, right? But they might live in a cheaper cost of living area. Maybe they are kind of dealing with their own ability to see more value in what they do, but you're really selling yourself short if you're comparing yourself to other people and you're setting a limitation on what you should or shouldn't charge based on what someone else is charging. There's really no point in doing it that way. I know that I've had different conversations with colleagues where they'll talk about, I don't know that I can charge X amount for my group program because I only paid this much for this other course and I got all of these different things. But a thing to keep in mind is that sometimes if it is some kind of course or a place or a thing where you're working with a large group or many people, you might not be getting as much one-on-one interaction if you're working with somebody that's maybe charging a lower price point because there's a lot more people in their group. So there's just a number of different things to think about, and you don't need to set any other limitations or things to hold you back. As much as I know your inner critic's really going to try to stop you and have a very convincing storyline of why you can't do that and shouldn't do that. Okay, so number one is pricing yourself too low and making it an uphill battle of finding enough clients for it to be sustainable. Number two is the self-imposed rule of basing what you charge off of other people, like setting limitations based on mentors or people that you perceive to be more experienced than you. Number 3 is viewing what you do as a per hour price and having a hard time charging too much because you're being like, oh, well, it only takes me this amount of time. That's a lot of time per hour. I don't feel like people would pay me this much to do this per hour. So a new perspective that I want you to see this from is that while it might only take you an hour to do something, to think about all of the time and investment and skills that you had to build to be able to do whatever it is that you do in that hour. So it's really not that people are even paying you, right, for just your time. It's not like it's just an hour to sit there, but you are really delivering to them something that it has probably taken you years, right? A long time to grow and build, or do what it depends on what you do, right? With how you want to see this. And so it's really going to hold you back if you're only seeing it as per hour. I know for some people that to kind of get past this mental block of feeling bad is they will, and I recommend this, sort of package things together so that there might be other things that don't take a considerable amount of your time, but you get to list of, everything that time includes that may not take more of your time, but it's just a more compelling offer and a thing that people are going to be like, wow, this is a really great value. I want to get on board with this. I'm trying to think if there's anything more that I want to share with you on that. I think that's pretty complete. I think just keep in mind that the value that you bring is not only associated with your time, and you need to think about, okay, well, what is this bringing to their life? If they didn't have this service in their life, would they be able to get here as quickly? If they didn't have this product in their life, is there something in their life that's going to shift as a part of it? So really just see bigger picture about the value that it's delivering versus just this time for hours exchange, because that's, again, usually a losing battle. I will say, if you're working with people one-on-one, businesses or other clients directly, that you do need to practice saying and asking for the amount that you want. And I recommend actually practicing it and saying it out loud and really sort of building a case for yourself of why you're asking for that and why you're worth that. Because a lot of the, I guess a big part of people saying yes to your price is that they can feel the confidence and really that knowing in you that you know that you're worth that. If there's any hesitation in your voice, any type of thing that can be picked up on, where people are feeling like you doubt that you're worth that, they definitely are not going to say yes to you. So no matter what it is with these 3 things that we talked about, really make sure that it's something that you are used to saying, that you're comfortable with saying. So I'll leave you with that. I hope that you learned a lot. I hope that you are seeing things differently with how you are pricing yourself. And depending on when you're watching this video, I am currently doing a limited number of clarity sessions for business owners, people that are wanting to get started with a business but haven't done it yet, or people that are wanting to grow a business. I'm one person. Between the clients that I have that I'm already working with, I can only fit so many of these on my calendar. So it's really going to be a matter of first come, first serve, since I can only do so many of these in a week for it to make sense. So I'll put the link below, click on it, and I hope that maybe you're one of the few people that I get to actually talk to and learn about, and we could talk pricing or other challenges that you have in your business. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.